Hey, what's going on, guys? Mike Anderson here with the 1% Solution and Living Motion Monograms. And today's an exciting day because it is the start of our ultimate DJ system build. To get us started, let's go ahead and take a look at what we're going to be putting all this gear into. Now, a little disclaimer for this video, everything that we're going to be putting into the system, I've purchased, I've paid for. Nothing was donated or sponsored. And so you guys actually get a little glimpse on some of the stuff that I prefer for my weddings and for my events, and just see how creative we can get with this build. Let's do it. Now, of course, the core of pretty much any build is going to be what case we're going to put everything into. We want to protect our gear, we want to keep it working great, we want to keep it looking nice. And so for this, I've actually chosen an Odyssey case. I've pretty much always been a fan of Odyssey cases. Although a lot of great cases out there, I found one that I think is going to work out great for this build. And let's take a look at it and I'll show you why. Now, if you guys have been keeping up with my last build video, you guys know that I have a Denon MCX 8000. So for this build, we are going to go with an actual Denon case. And this one's designed for the MCX 8000. This is the all black version that they have available. And it's the FZGS MCX 8000 W2BL. Yeah, that's right, black. Everything's black. All the hardware, as you can see. And as we kind of take a look at the case here, pretty much everything is blacked out on it. It's got some nice wheels on the side. First off, we just got this thing out of the box. Special thanks to NLFX. I ordered this thing, I don't know how they did it. Ordered this thing like 4 days ago. It ended up coming a day early with shipping, so got it unbelievably quick. We see the front here, we've got our knockout panel in the front. That is going to be for 2 rack spaces down below there. But let's go ahead and open it up and see what the inside looks like. Now, I thought I'd start this build off with a review of this case because, well, you know, everybody wonders what the insides and stuff look like, and without any gear in it. And typically we don't see any photos of how it's all set up on the inside. So as you can see here, we got the top off. It is a slide top for our gear itself. We're going to go ahead and make sure this is nice and loose. Slides right back. And inside down below, we've got our first block. This is going to be used later to hold our mixer in place. Our controller, the 8000 controller there. You can see how they've got our blocks built up here, which is the controller's going to sit on. On the front, we've got our nice panel. It's going to slide right out here. We've got our rack rails for our 2 space. Up front, it comes with our rack hardware. Set this aside. And of course, all of our packets. All right, get the vacuum out. Falling apart already. To keep it nice and dry on the inside. All right. Oh, uh-oh. Warning. This product may cause cancer, or may contain chemicals known to the state of California to cause cancer. Doesn't everything? Jeez, man, whatever. All right. We'll get rid of that. That's all right. I think DJing events is more likely to take me out than this case, so I'm not too worried about that. So from first view here, we can see that on the rack rails itself, they're bolted to the bottom, so they are nice and sturdy. We've got our hardware and screws, which we'll take off here in a second. And we can see in the back here how much space we have right behind the controller for room. But one of the things one of the reasons I chose this case was because of the depth. Just going from how much space we have underneath this to actually put gear. And I'm going to show you what we're going to be putting in there just a little bit later. But the construction of the case is, as you can see here, we got our double layered plywood just sandwiched in between. On each side of that is another layer, and our outer surface. These do have the locking hinges here, which are really nice for it to lock down once you got it in place before you put your gear on top, and it's something that they do suggest to hold everything in place. That's kind of interesting. It's not really doesn't lock down as much. This side, I'm kind of curious on. Maybe it's you just need one to hold it in place. So we're gonna find out more about that a little bit later. I am a little concerned here, though. I guess the lock is there just to make sure. Oh, I know why. Because I'm an idiot. Okay, I didn't actually grab onto the rail itself, but it still slides. So, all right. Well, that's interesting. That locked down. Yeah, it's not going to go any tighter. That's a little concerning. All right. Well, let's see if we can fix that a little bit later. So yeah, it definitely does slide still. I think that it does a great job at holding it in, making sure it's not going to flip up, but I think the grooved tracks would do that anyway. And then that side has it all the way down on the other end, so it's not going to be tighten up on this side. So that is kind of interesting. All right, we can see that they've got the holes filled. If you want to use these, they're simple, just taking out the decals and stuff and the covers. But we're probably not going to end up using those at all during the build. We've got a nice, looks like about 10 inches, 12 inch, 10 inch, about 10 inches of surface for our laptops up top. Overall, I mean, it is a really, really nice case. Something I'm excited about. So it's a great start to our build, and kind of comparing what we had before. You can see off to the right here, we had another Odyssey case, but this one actually, for this build, what I ended up doing was actually using a case for the DDJ, the Pioneer DDJ SZ for my Denon board. And we'll go ahead and open this one up as well. One thing I do like about this case are these handles, because these handles make it really, really easy to actually pick this thing up when it's up on a stand. And the one thing I noticed is that on the new case, there are no handles on top. And I think it's because this one is actually skinnier or more narrow. It's not as long. This one is designed for a different controller, and I did that on purpose, because when we open this up, or if you guys have seen the video of the other build I did, you guys will know that I did that kind of on purpose in order to have an extra space to put all of our power supplies and stuff. So as we open up this system, you'll eventually see that we're going to put a lot of this stuff into the new build. This slides back. This is also the light up case, so it's got our LEDs built into it. The new case does not have a light up top panel or back panel, but I didn't want that for a reason, which we will tell you a little bit more about later. So we do have our controller. It's got the removable front. As you can see, I actually put three-piece rack system in the front here. One of the reasons I'm switching over to the new case is because we've got two spaces here, but that's not where my mics and stuff are going to go. Nope. We're going to do some case modifications and see just how much stuff we can actually pack in this thing, and see if the design that I have in mind is going to work. So you can see kind of a difference in the shelf itself. The height on the new one, the height is actually much greater, and that's believed to compensate or to make room for our USB plugs on the side here, if you end up using USB, so that you can plug those in. We've also got, as you can see here, this is where I modified it to basically put all the power in here and keep all the power cables and stuff kind of away from the rest of the electronics. Try and keep the noise down on our stuff. But one of the things I do notice is when the controller is too close to our mic system and stuff, every once in a while we do get noise and stuff. And so I want to pull those mics up and away from the rest of the electronics and see if we can fix that issue. And I've also, because we're going to be going with a skinnier case, it's going to fit in a new rolling system that I think I'm going to end up using for this, which will again show in another portion of this series for this build. So we've got all this stuff, and I think, as you can see here, what I may end up doing, I may end up I like these I may end up pulling these handles off and maybe modifying this case to put them on there. So we'll see how it works out and see what we end up liking. So overall, love the case. And again, special thanks to NLFX for getting it out to me in such a hurry so that I can start this series for you guys. Ben and Katie over there, I'll have their information in the description below if you guys want to contact them. But amazing service, and everything that they do for the DJ industry as far as educating us and keeping us up to date on stuff. We're definitely, as DJs, very thankful for that. So let's get started with the build, and I guess, the first thing we got to do, it's going to be sad to see this one go, but we got to tear it all down. Let's do it. Now you guys can see the challenge. We had quite a bit of stuff though. The challenge is to get all this stuff in this case. 2 rack spaces. All right. So let's go over what we got. We got obviously a bunch of cables, an extra screen, our microphones. Up top here we've got the Denon, the MCX 8000. We want to go ahead and put in, we've got our Galaxy Audio in-ear monitor system. This is the AS1800T. We've got our Shure QLXDs and QLXD4 microphones that we're gonna have in here. We want to put in, get some good power conditioning. So we've got our Monster Power Pro 2500, which we want to get in this system. We've got our DBX audio drive rack PA2. And our little speaker management system. We got our connections. We also want to go ahead and put in some lighting controls, and so we got the Show Express controller. We've got our transmitters. In this system, I also want to go ahead and put in an Airport Express in case I need to play music off of my phone or off of my iPad. I can do that wirelessly. And we're going to see if we can toss in the Elgato Stream Deck. Something I use for my live streams, and it's basically a hotkey controller that you can program and create icons for, and we're going to see how much fun we can have with that as well if we want to do some hot cues on the different programs that we use. So let's see, what else do we have? Yeah, aside from that, we're going to go over, hopefully, the whole purpose of me doing this is that believe me, I'm not saying I know exactly what you should be doing and how you should be doing it. Don't take that as a statement. What I'm saying is I'm just really hoping you guys, if there's any tips or anything that you come up with that you might use for your own system or helpful hints, then hey, that's awesome. That's what I'm going for. So we're gonna do some little trickery in this thing and see how much stuff we can get in this. So what do you guys say we customize this case out? We're gonna definitely be putting in some custom fixtures as far as connectors. We're gonna go ahead and maybe customize the case a little bit and do some modifications to it, and pull some tips and tricks out of this thing. So what do you guys say we customize this case? We're definitely gonna be doing some modifications as far as putting in connectors. We're going to go ahead and see how much extra room that we have that we might be able to utilize, and see how nice we can make this system. So next step is going to be cleaning everything up and starting our build. Let's do it.
Now if you enjoyed the video, leave a like.
and subscribe to the channel to join the 1% Solution family so you don't miss out on any new videos or live streams that happen. Thanks for watching.